Start, we'll focus in on the NBA coaching genius, the builder of perhaps the greatest dynasty in pro basketball history, the cigar smoker himself, Red Auerbach. But before we start, quick quiz to our producer, Mark Farzetta. Red Auerbach, you know his real first name?
Is this a trick question? It's not Red?
It is not a trick question, and it is not Red. He is so young, but we'll educate.
Yes.
It is Arnold Red Auerbach, and, well, his record, Wes, speaks for himself.
Indeed it does, Murph. His team's averaged 55 wins per year. He won 8 straight championships and managed to draft 11 players who went to the Hall of Fame. I want to know, what do you think made him so special?
Yeah, it's a tough question, but obviously, great judge of talent, great organizational skills, and above all, a great motivator, right? I mean, that's what coaching is all about.
That's right. You set high goals and you demand a lot from your players. That's what he did. The great ones do that.
He wasn't above using any tactic he could to motivate his players and to win a game, including working the refs. And let me tell you something, he was a master at that.
I'd say about 80 to 90% of the times that I was thrown out of the game, it was premeditated. You know, you ever go to a ball game where everything's going wrong, nothing's happening? So I said, gee, that's time for me to get out of here. They can't win with me, maybe they'll win without me. So I used to start, I'd say, no wonder you can't work the ball game, you're not hustling. You know, nothing makes a referee more madder than to say you're not hustling. So he looked at me. I said, don't look at me, look at the ball game. That's why you're so lousy out there. So I'd start on him, and finally he can't take it anymore. He says, that's a technical. I said, did I cuss you? He said, that's beside the point. I said, well, I ought to cuss you, you so-and-so, you know, and I'd get on him, and he'd throw me out, and then I'd really get after him, and Russell would usually grab me and pick me up and hold me. So I said, put me down, see? And we'd start this stuff, and now Russell's feeling sorry for me, and Cousy is mad, and all those guys are mad. But they picked on poor little Red, see? Yeah. And I get thrown out, and then they want to show how good they are without me. And I swear to you, we'd win 80 or 90% of those games when I get thrown out.
I was going to say, I bet it was a high percentage after you left.
Sure.
Now that is a classic Red Auerbach story. Wes, among NBA coaches in the modern era, does anybody hold a candle to Red Auerbach?
We all know who he is. His government name's Gregg Popovich, but we call him Pop.
Absolutely. I think it's pretty well settled that Popovich is the greatest NBA coach of the modern era. As of 2021, his winning percentage was around .667. He had 5 championships, 3 coaches of the year. The guy was able to motivate his players and was never afraid to call out even the superstars on his team. His trademark was honesty. Here's a quote about him talking about how he handled Tim Duncan. He said, quote, if it's a timeout and I don't think he's doing what he should be doing, I'll ask him, are you going to rebound tonight? Are you going to rebound at all? Or are you just going to walk up and down and then we're all going to go out to dinner?
First of all, I like coaches who just keep it real. But I'm not sure how many coaches could talk to their stars like that. Not in today's NBA. No. Now, back in the day, Auerbach was also big on accountability and had a unique ability to motivate.
See, the motivation was tough during the training season. Here you win a world's title or you win 5 world's titles. What do you tell them to start the 6th one?
What did you?
Well, I'll tell you what I told them. I said, nobody is worth less than yesterday's hero. You know, it's what do you do for me lately? I said, today. I said, they're out to get you. I said, you're going to sit there and let them get you?
Never satisfied, always finding a way to get the most from his players and a detailed knowledge of the game and his craft. The one, the only, the great Red Auerbach.